A 15-year-old boy is dead after a crash involving an electric bike. Now police have charged a 59-year-old man with his murder. The victim was Devon Simmonds, just 15 years old, loved, known, and deeply respected in his local area. The crash happened in broad daylight, on a quiet street in Middleton. Since then, the community has been in shock. A man has been arrested, a family is grieving, and the police investigation is moving fast. This is the full story of what we know so far. It was just before 12 o'clock, Tuesday, July 22nd. Emergency services were called to Aurora Crescent. A car had collided with a teenager riding an electric bike. Paramedics arrived quickly. They found the 15-year-old critically injured. Despite their efforts, he was pronounced dead at the scene. The boy was later named as Devon Simmonds. Police immediately cordoned off the area. Forensics officers began examining the road. Footage from the scene shows blue tape, cones, and multiple police units. Officers spoke to residents. They reviewed local CCTV. They began building a timeline. Just hours later, Greater Manchester Police made an arrest. A 59-year-old man was taken into custody on suspicion of murder. His name was later confirmed as Terrence King. He lives in Middleton, not far from the crash site. King appeared at Manchester Magistrates Court on Thursday. He wore grey clothes and spoke only to confirm his identity. No plea was entered. He was remanded into custody. His next appearance is set for July 28th at Minshaw Street Crown Court. At the same time, police confirmed a second arrest. Another 15-year-old boy had been arrested on suspicion of theft. He has since been released on bail. Detectives say that incident may be linked to the crash, but they have not released full details yet. Meanwhile, tributes to Devon began to appear. Dozens of flowers were laid at the crash scene, but the centre of the mourning was Lakeland Court, a shopping precinct at the heart of the Langley estate. Outside the shops, candles were lit, balloons were tied to fences, messages were written on cards and cardboard. One read, "Rest in paradise, Devon." Another said, "R.I.P. Dev, you'll be forever missed." A third message simply said, "Forever 15, the biggest soul." As evening came, the crowd grew. Dozens, then hundreds, of young people arrived. They let off fireworks. They left graffiti tributes. Some climbed on top of the precinct. Others sat quietly, paying their respects. The mood was emotional, but mixed. Police began receiving reports of disorder. Some fireworks were reportedly thrown at passing cars. Others claimed the crowd became aggressive, but not everyone agreed. One shopkeeper said, "There was no trouble. It was a memorial." Another said, "Older people were scared to come into the shops." Whatever the truth, the community was clearly shaken. Grief, anger, fear, all playing out in the same space. Police responded with extra patrols across Middleton and Langley. Officers stood outside shops and key areas. They spoke to locals. They monitored crowds. Chief Inspector Nicola Hopkinson addressed the public. She said, "This was a tragic event. Our thoughts are with the family," she added. "We understand the grief, but we will not tolerate antisocial behavior." Police also encouraged residents to speak to officers directly with concerns. Detective Inspector Andrew Naismith, leading the case, gave an update. He said, "This investigation is progressing fast. We have secured a murder charge, but there is still a lot to do." He added, "We are combing through all available evidence. That includes forensics, CCTV, witness accounts, and phone footage. And that last part has become a major issue, because some footage from the incident is now circulating online, clips showing the aftermath, others showing fireworks and graffiti." D.I. Naismith made a direct appeal. "Do not share videos of this incident. There are ongoing legal proceedings, and a grieving family." Devon Simmonds was well known locally. He lived in Langley all his life. One resident told reporters, "Devon was a top lad. Everyone knew him." Another said, "He was respectful, always smiling." This has hit the area hard. Social media filled with tributes, photos, graffiti, balloons, fireworks. The phrase "Forever 15" spread quickly across local accounts. The investigation continues. Police are now focusing on two key areas. First, the crash itself, and whether it was deliberate. Second, the alleged theft involving a different 15-year-old. They've confirmed the incidents are being investigated together. At this point, many details have not been released. We don't know what the motive was. We don't know what led to the crash. And we don't know how Devon and Terrence King came into contact. Terrence King is due in court on July 28th. If a plea is entered, A trial date will follow. Until then, the legal process is just beginning. The community is still raw. The Langley estate is no stranger to hardship, but a 15-year-old dying in broad daylight. That hits differently. Graffiti tributes, fireworks, rooftop gatherings. Some see it as chaos, others see it as grief. Pain that doesn't know how to express itself. This story touches deeper questions: youth violence, local tensions, justice, respect, and what happens when tragedy hits close to home. Devon Simmonds was just 15, a teenager with his life ahead of him, now gone, and the family left broken. Greater Manchester Police are still urging people to come forward. If you saw anything before, during, or after the crash, contact GMP. You can also speak to Crime Stoppers anonymously. This is World News Watch. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more. And as always, stay safe.